To re-walk through this, I needed a vertical asymptote first, so I took my denominator and set it equal to 0 and got a vertical asymptote of x equals 2. Then to find the horizontal asymptote, I played my comparison game. I compared the numerator to the denominator, and since the numerator was bigger, there was no horizontal asymptote, there was a slant asymptote instead. If the numerators had been the same, I would have taken the coefficients, like a 1 over 1 in this case, or if the bottom degree, that bottom power had been bigger, the horizontal asymptote would have just been 0. But darn it anyway, top was bigger, so we had to do a long division. So I do my long division here. I asked myself what I multiply x by to get x squared. I said x, multiplied x by x minus 2, did that over there, and I got x squared minus 2x. Changed the signs and added. 0x plus 2x is 2x. That's good. Dropped the 1, did it again. Asked myself what do I multiply x by to get 2x. I said 2. So I multiplied 2 by all that. So I got 2x minus 4. 2 times x was 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Changed the signs and added. The 2x's went away like I planned. And 1 plus 4 gave me 5. I'm done because this power is less than that. So I don't care about my remainder, I just care about that answer, that x plus 2, that's my slant asymptote. Set them aside, and then work on the x-intercept. You can always get an x-intercept by setting y equal to 0, so remember the y was the f of x, so 0 equals this function. So 0 equals x squared plus 1 over x minus 2. Multiplying both sides by the x minus 2, they go away from this side, cancel out, and this just becomes a 0. So basically you're setting the top equal to 0. When I do that, I subtract the 1 from both sides, and when I take the square root, I'm taking the square root of a negative number, which is just no good at all. There's no solutions to this, so there are no x-intercepts. When I come to my y-intercept, I can always find a y-intercept by letting x equal 0. So plugging in x equals 0 all the way back into my original equation, y will equal 0 squared plus 1 over 0 minus 2. I do that down here, and I get 1 over negative 2. So now I graph all of that. Remember, my vertical asymptote was x equals 2. My slant asymptote was x plus 2. So y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 1. So y-intercept of 2, and then up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. There he is. I had a x-intercept, I didn't have any, and then the y-intercept was a negative 1/2, so I plotted him right there where he crossed that y-axis. So when I go to draw my graph, I'll have him start there and then kind of hug these rails. Those asymptotes are lines that your function gets very close to but doesn't always touch. And then the other part of my graph will be up here. And you just get very used to seeing this pattern. If one of them is down here, then the other one's up there. And that's the graph.